Yeah, everyone, this is Thermite, and this is Weekly Shonen Jump for the week of September 9th, 2019. On the cover, we've got Hinata from Haikyuu. He's got wings, which I assume symbolize something in regards to his volleyball career. Either it's the literal, like, he's learned how to fly, he's learned how to jump super high, or it might be something like, he's been set free. I'm completely speculating. It looks cool, though. Anyways, let's jump right into Act Oz, Chapter 80. Ooh, scene 80, 14 days left. We've got our leads, our two Son Gokus, and they're both looking pretty fly. Okay, the Monkey King transforms into a tiny insect, enters Princess Iron Fan's belly, and wreaks havoc. At her wit's end, but the fan is a fake. So he turns into the Ox King. Once again, he tries to take the magic man from Princess Iron Fan. Okay. Oh, that's a really cool idea. Because that means that, like, the person playing the Monkey King doesn't just have to play the Monkey King. He doesn't just have to play Son Goku. He also has to play Son Goku as the Ox King. Like, it's a double role. I mean, that's also true, yeah. Like, the Ox King is really the Monkey King on the inside. So, should you... Oh, that's a really interesting question. Like, that's real tricky, especially on stage. Like, on stage, where everything has to be exaggerated, where you have to, like, you can't do twitchy, subtle movements. You have to do big things that very clearly, like, people all the way in the back can still recognize to some extent. But at the same time, yeah, like, I get both sides. That you want him to feel like, like the monkey, or like the Ox King, and you need to make it feel as if, yes, of course, Princess Iron Fan would look at this and be like, yes, this is 100% my, my husband, and not the Monkey King in disguise. But at the same time, like, you gotta hit that balance. But I mean, he's very well known for his, deep delving into the character acting. So I guess it makes sense. Like, it's the perfect way to do this. And the old man. How would he see my acting? And the answer is so clear. Their voices remind me that I'm me, so I don't get swallowed up by my characters. I mean, that's basically, like, in a sense, that's what the whole school arc was supposed to do for Yanagi. And to an extent, it did succeed. Like, now Yanagi doesn't have, like, she has roots. She has someone she can think about when she's going too deep or too far. So it's cool to see that Araya also has, something he can think about now. And that's concerning. Very concerning. Like, the entire series, from the very start, has been teasing this idea of, what if Kei goes too far? What if Kei falls into the darkness? What if she loses herself? And at this point, like, they could do that, but I feel like it would kind of suck, because, like, so much has been built up. Like, you can take her right to the very edge, but you can't make her completely lose it. Whereas Chiyoko, I think, could really lose it. Like, I think they could do a great arc where she does, like, fall all the way down and, she can't act again, or she needs therapy or something like that. Something to show that, yes, like, all the teasing they've done hasn't been toothless, that there is a real danger there, and that Kei could fall into the same problem. And yeah, like, that feels like some deep foreshadowing. Oh, that's right! I mean, I was thinking about it entirely from the perspective of Araya, of, someone who is a really good method actor. But yeah, like, Ogami is the exact opposite. Like, before I understood this part of the play, I thought that, yeah, he was perfect for the Monkey King, because, I've seen, like, media portrayals of the Monkey King, of Son Goku. I get the general vibe, and he fits it really well. But he can't, the idea of being someone he's not would be a real difficult role for him. But at the same time, like, he wants to grow. He wants to support someone else. So, like, can he do it just by being himself? Or in this situation, he can't. In order to properly support Yanagi, he's gonna have to actually, like, act as someone who he isn't. And I think that would be ultimately a good thing for him. Because, like, all the big actors that you watch because they're themselves have always had at least one or two roles where they're not themselves. Just because, like, that creates contrast. That allows you to differentiate the person. That allows you to take them more seriously as an actor. I mean, I could see him, like, edging the line here, by being himself, but by also being like a different aspect of himself. Like as the Monkey King, he's the charming version of himself that he shows off to everyone. But then as the Ox King, he might, delve into a little more of his personal feelings. And naturally, like, would people pick up on the fact that those were his real feelings? Maybe they wouldn't, because he's so cocky. Oh man, okay, I'm excited now. I want to see Ogami like on the defensive. I want to see him struggling in some way. Just because he is that sort of like godlike, impossible to take down actor. Because he's so naturally himself. Now that I understand that this is a problem that he might not be able to deal with, I want to see how he deals with it. God damn, she is wasted. I mean, to be fair, she's not an actress or anything. She's just a writer. There's no danger to her in this situation. Like, she can put on the moves on him, and it's up to him to say no. Just like Men Are Oh my god, is this some like 4D chess? Is she doing this specifically to try and get a different emotion out of him? Okay, your Ox King is too strong. I want you to act vulnerable. Right, because the whole point of it is him saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, I shouldn't have left you alone all this time. Like, he needs to show some level of weakness, of vulnerability there. And I think that might be what makes his portrayal really good. If he has that inherent feel to himself, if he has that that aura of Riku Ogami, then technically, as long as he keeps that up, he doesn't have to he can go all in on trying to make the Ox King feel sympathetic and sad. And you'd still be like, oh yeah, that's the Monkey King though, because you just have that Ogami feel from him. Even regardless of what he's saying, as long as that same feel is there, like, oh my gosh, I really want to see that now. I can outshine anyone just the way I am. I'll prove it in the next rehearsal. What does that mean? Like, is he saying here that, up until now, I've turned this down, but now this is my turning point? But that's not what it is. It seems like he's saying that he will still be himself. He refuses to play a different character. Yet he'll still make it work. So maybe it is what I was saying before. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I've done the same. I mean, I've never gone to karaoke. That's not exactly a thing here in Canada, or it's not like a thing the way it is in Japan, where it's like super easy to go to a karaoke booth. But I've definitely gone to soundproof environments in order to practice my lines, because I don't like doing it at home if people are at home. And at the same time, it's hard to find a place in the outside world where you can just speak out loud, or where you can take a phone call without there being background noise. It's tricky. And I really don't like the idea of doing it out in the open where someone can hear me. So I've gotten good at finding soundproof environments. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I also do like this so much that Death Island was it was the first big arc that Yonagi was in, but at the same time, it still hasn't come out. / it's just barely about to come out. It's been this specter hanging over the entire series at this point. There's something so cool about that it wasn't just all right, that's done, let's not talk about it anymore. It's been consistently around. Whereas Galactic Railroad hasn't been around as much, just because that was a thing, that was a thing that was done in the moment, in person. You can't have that linger. But a movie can absolutely linger. I love the way that Actage uses the different settings of each arc to its fullest. It shows that it's a series that cares about, the various mediums that these characters act in, as opposed to just using them as set dressing. I mean, yeah, it was for co-branding, but at the same time, they are good actors. It's to underscore the connection to Death Island. It's another of Mr. Amachi's strategies. But I mean, I think part of that's also that, the two leads, the lead and the original character in Death Island are there. I mean, yeah, sure, part of it's that it's not her skill, but at the same time, it's not just for the sake of PR. It's because they have a pre-existing relationship. Of course, they would be able to act better together. Oh, that's a good way of putting it, too. Yeah, even, regardless of whether it's luck or if it's, a campaign that someone's been stringing together, it doesn't matter. In the end, that's what fate has dealt you. And now all you have to do is just put in your effort, and you'll find success, or you'll do the best you can. Oh, I thought for a moment that she was slapping him, but we didn't see her hand. But no, she slapped herself. Okay, interesting end to the chapter. But yeah, this fundamentally changes the way I see this this conflict now. I'm so excited to see what Riku does. Will he fall into the trap of just being himself? Like, will he just be himself? Will he like go too far in one direction or the other? Or is he going to thread that line of it's always Riku you're seeing, but now you're seeing Riku as, like you're seeing the Monkey King, and now you're seeing the Ox King being played by the Monkey King, being played by Riku Ogami. Like, oh man. Well, I mean, if I had to guess, I'm going with the last one because I really like that idea. I think it's super cool, but regardless of where it turns, I'll be fine with it. Anyways, that's Actage. Next is Black Clover, Chapter 219. The Black Bulls busted in, and I don't know quite where we're going from here, because I'm pretty sure it's not legal. I'm pretty sure this isn't a legal way to stop the proceedings. My theory last week, I think, was that Asta would end up being captured, or being, like, locked up. And the Black Bulls would then have an arc where it's just them, no Asta, as they go and find evidence to prove that, he's not the devil that did all of this. But it could be something else. Ghosh, never change. No, Sakura, you're being so dumb. How can't you see that they've already accepted you? Yeah, toughing it out as a bird for 500 freaking years. Like, just saying that out loud really makes it, like, it really hammers it home. Also, that's interesting to note. Like, her ki seems the same to him anyways. Like, her ki didn't change at all, implying that maybe, he noticed from the start that, yeah, this isn't normal bird ki, but he still was fine with her being around. We're already a mix of assorted weirdos and as pitch black as it gets. She's got the thing on. Oh my god. And she unlocked herself. Like, gosh. And he did call her Nero, so I feel like this might be the moment. Like, again, I'll wait until she says her own name again, but I think this is the turning point from which she stops being Sakura and starts being Nero. Now, this is correct. Like, yes, I said this from the start. It doesn't really change the legal proceedings, so how are they going to make that happen? My scale magic measures ability, shifts the balance, and establishes order. No matter. Oh my god, that's really cool! Like, that's an ability that is super useful if you want things to remain neutral, if you want to maintain a peaceful court of law. Because it means that he can't overpower them. Like, if he were to pull out something really powerful, then his scale magic would still, like, shrink it until it's about the same. Or it would, like, increase their magic in proportion. It just means that you can't commit any violence. Everyone is equal. Oh, interesting to note. So, like, yeah, Rouge is now tiny, but the ability should still be the same. Or actually, maybe what she's saying is, like, hasn't vanished as in, like, it doesn't erase magic. Speaking of erasing magic, Yami, what are you doing? Wait a minute. This isn't quite correct. Okay, what are these two doing here? I mean, I'm fine with it, thank you. I'm glad that Yami didn't try to kill him. But, why did they show up? Okay, that's a cool way of putting it. Like, it's not that it was all useless, like, they did buy time at the very least. So how are they going to, like, I guess then, like, from that implication, they must have been rushing here to also save Asta. In other words, the people who acknowledge you aren't limited to any one rank or class. And while that shouldn't really matter, it does matter here. Like, these are all people who do accept the old, like, hierarchical way of things. So having two, like, very well-known nobles, two people who are descended from, the first Wizard King now, like, now we know that. The three houses are, in fact, the three houses descended from the first Wizard King. Like, that's gonna be pretty big. Because that means it's just the House of Kira that's after Asta right now. The other two houses, or at least the top representatives of both houses, are fine with him. The Black Bull's Magic Knight Brigade and those suspected of ties to the devils are to be exiled from the kingdom and kept under observation, and, while they're abroad, they are assigned the mission of exploring and investigating the devils. Okay, so, road trip! And this explains why we got the breakdown of, hey, here are the other kingdoms. Because that's gonna be the next, like, big arc/saga of the series. Like, it's going to be the Black Bulls outside of the Clover Kingdom. Oh, and then we can also, like, cut back to the Clover Kingdom with, I guess Yuno might stay there. Like, that'd be a really cool way of delineating it, too. Like, stays in the Clover Kingdom. If the Diamond Kingdom attacks or if some other stuff happens, we'll cut to him and we'll cut to, like, the reformed Golden Dawn members. Or, not reformed, but you know what I mean. Like, the not possessed Golden Dawn members working with him to fight and protect the kingdom. And then alternatively, we have the Black Bulls, like, wandering the world, going to the other kingdoms, seeing what's going on, figuring out why it is that the word devil was able to do all of that. Ah, this is so cool. And yeah, like, it's more productive than, like, locking up Asta for an entire arc. Like, now they all get to go out and do stuff. And yeah, fair enough. The brigades will dispose of your so-called devil that's the cause of all of this, and the kingdom's crisis will be over. So they're able to deal with it, and they do get Asta out of here without hurting him, without harming him, and without, like, weakening their forces at all. Because now they just have a brigade that's outside of the kingdom, protecting the kingdom in a totally different way. To get that name of yours cleared, we're gonna go abroad. Alright. I'm into it. Oh, I forgot to rank Actage, though. It doesn't really matter at this point. Like, it's always the first and last. You guys know that. I think I'd probably put this above Actage. Like, I enjoyed Actage well enough, but it didn't have that spark of something new or something exciting. So we'll keep it like that. Oop. Alright, next is We Never Learn, Chapter 126. Ah, a classic. Or no, not a classic. I thought that was going to be the classic, like, you're outside of a convenience store or, like, something and they're doing a promotion, there's, like, a person with a physical bell. But okay, so it's a vending machine that occasionally gives you multiple items for some reason. It's pretty wild. A predecessor stockpiles X in anticipation of the big day. Okay. I really don't want to use up my luck. I'm hoping to get questions I'm good at on the exams. That is extremely moe. I've definitely done that before. Like, I wouldn't say I'm super, like, I wouldn't say that I truly believe in the idea of luck or the idea of superstition, but, I've definitely done that. Like, I think exams or anything really stressful like that, anything where you don't know what's gonna come, especially. Like, if it was an exam where we got all the answers beforehand, or we got, like, a clear breakdown of, like, this section is going to be mostly this kind of thing, this section will be mostly this kind of thing. Usually I wouldn't really bother about that. But if it was something where it was like, hey, it could be anything that happened in this entire half of the semester, then I would absolutely get more, like, I wouldn't get to the point of, like, hanging up a horseshoe or, like, buying 4-leaf clovers or anything, but I would definitely be slightly more superstitious. I've definitely done this thing specifically of trying to save up your luck. Oh boy! And we even have a luck scale. Okay, this is such a cool idea for a chapter. I love it. And of course, because she likes Yuiga, anything that Yuiga does that's, attractive or cute or anything is going to lower her luck. Huh. Okay, do you mind if I have a go? Free tickets to Doha-chan Land! Oh my god! Powerful luck! Extremely powerful luck! Oh my gosh, and her face is so cute there! Like, Taishi Susuri's ability to draw cute faces has just skyrocketed. Like, it's gotten to the point where I feel like basically every panel is adorable. Like, I can't get over it. And it's not just a gender thing. Like, guys and girls, mostly girls because of the way We Never Learn is, but, even Yuiga is extremely cute most of the time. Girls are so confusing. Oh no. Okay. Alright, luck goes up. I mean, to be fair, like, if she wants to, since they are worthwhile for half a year, then presumably he could still give her the tickets afterwards, and it'd be fine. Oh no, you're the 10,000th visitor. You're our 100th customer today. You win a free dessert. The 100th customer today, like, that's pretty wild. Like, to do that every single day. Though I guess one free dessert isn't that bad. Oh great, they gave us the best table for studying! Oh no! Such monstrous luck! I think the reason I like this concept so much is because it's an inherent contradiction of, I'm super lucky, and because of that, I'm unlucky. Like, good things are happening, but the best thing that could possibly happen right now is that good things wouldn't be happening. It's, it's beautiful. It's adorable. It's amazing. Oh boy. Wait, where did Hammy go after that chapter was over? I actually don't remember. What was Hammy, like, from a gift shop? What was going on there? Just stay like with me like this for a moment. Charging up her luck levels. What a horrible situation. I mean, that's the opposite. It's the idea of when you're doing something that is unlucky, that is painful, it's actually you're charging your luck. Like, it's that flip of good is bad, bad is good. Oh no! Don't die! Don't die! Okay, I think she just splashed into the water and then stayed splashed in the water. I thought she was about to fall into the street and get hit by a car or something. Jesus. God. Okay, that was pretty slick. That was extremely slick. Ah! Oh no! Such a powerful compliment! Also, her hair looks fantastic. Wow. Like, I really like her normal braid, but when it's loose, it is really nice. Like, props again to Susu-sensei for being able to draw hair. That's, like, I wouldn't say it's a rare thing. Like, there are a lot of great mangaka that can draw great hair, but usually they try to skip on it. Ah, yes! Recharging that luck! Oh no! Oh no! Is that okay? Are you allowed to do that? Just study under constant peril. Oh my god, what a fantastic chapter. That is going, like, right up there. I did like it more than Black Clover, so let's put it there. I never have much to say about We Never Learn, but it is so good. And now we're going on to the next big comedy series, or not big, no, Yokazura Family is not really a comedy. I thought we were going into Spirit Busters, but no, we're going into Mission Yozakura Family, Chapter 3. If I keep on saying it, eventually it'll work. Yozakura, Yozakura. Oh no, NTR Dojin. I mean, fair enough, considering that the last time he tried to protect her, it was by grabbing a bomb that was on him anyways and then jumping out of a window. Like, it's gonna traumatize him to have to deal with this, especially because, yeah, in the future, people will show up and specifically try to murder her. Like, not just with bombs, but, like, you know, like, they'll physically show up and start punching her in the face, and he's gotta stop that. God damn. Okay, they're all, I guess it might just be one dumbbell, actually. Like, I thought it was supposed to be two or more, but I think it's supposed to be that she's, like, just flicking around like it's a, like a baton. Yeah, because she has it in the air with one hand, it's gotta be just one of them. Right, like, again, I do really love that the characters are fundamentally superhuman. Like, he's not superhuman, but the Yozakuras are. So, like, that explains why they can do crazy things that other people can't. It also explains that, yeah, you know, he eventually might become really, really good, but he probably can't hit their level. Or if he can, like, it's gonna take a long time. It might take some other supernatural stuff. Like, it's not something you can just do by shonen logic. There's gotta be something else there. But then again, like, a big theme of the series is becoming part of the family. So I could see something in the future where, like, he, like, gets a blood transfusion, or, like, I don't know, he gets one of their arms and, like, it fuses into him and he absorbs their DNA or something. That seems like a bit much, but I could see something like that. Like, something that to make him literally one of the family. And because of that, like, you know, oh, that might be weird, though, if they have kids. Because then it would be like, oh no, is this incest? But I could see something like that. Like, you know, he doesn't literally become one of them, but he gains, like, you know, the special Yozakura gene that makes you superhuman or something. I don't think we'll do that right now, but I could see that happening in the future. Okay, before we start, for 1 month, you will have to live in this mansion. So it's got to be a situation where, like, the mansion itself is deceptively dangerous. Where, you know, like, it hasn't attacked, you know, it hasn't done anything bad to him up to now because he's been a guest, but then they'll turn on, like, the intruder alarms or something. Like, something where they can still dodge around it, but he can't. Okay, so it's set up with spy training traps. I was envisioning more of a, like, you know, like, defenses, like actual defenses in the house meant for intruders. But okay, so these are meant to work on people who are living in the house. Okay. Cool. Cool. With the Yozakura family, training is part of our day-to-day lives. Oh man, like if this ever gets an anime adaptation, I would love it if they made a point to have him like whenever he walks, like there's an actual sound effect for his walking. Whereas with Yozakura, it's either there is no sound effect or it's like extremely light in comparison. Okay. Time for some hell training. Boy, this would be real rough for me. I found that I really can't wake up in less than like 10 minutes. I mean, it depends on the situation. Sometimes I'll wake up and I'm fully rested. I can just hop right out of bed and immediately start going. But as of late, like, I physically need to be in the bed for 10 minutes before I'm like, okay, now I can finally get up. Okay. You can deactivate the traps once the house accepts you. Okay. Oh, that's cool. And yeah, that would explain why, like, like when they were being attacked or everything, like why the traps weren't going off all the time. It was specifically because, in chapter one, they would have disabled the traps just for the sake of it, or they would have just turned it on for the older brother. Good old shonen humor. However, oh boy. Yikers. So the big question is like, will he rise to the challenge, or is this a situation where he has to say like, "I'm sorry, I give up," and he has to find like a different way to get strong? Because I could see the series going either way. Like the big shonen thing would be like just doing it and getting real strong real fast within chapter 3. Okay. That's actually a really cool trick. Like I wouldn't do this myself, to that distance obviously. But I wouldn't mind doing that. Like if I ever started using a gun or if I wanted to just get better at aiming in general, like if I wanted to improve my eyesight, that'd be pretty cool. And it is nice that like, the rest of the family wants to help him. Like they're not doing the work for him, but they're at the very least like telling him what he needs to do. Okay, so he is doing it. He actually did get better. He got good. Okay, fair enough. He got good, but he's still not perfect. Fair enough. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, like specifically, it was the fake skin. Right. Okay, so like he was keeping up the facade completely, like to the point where his fiance wouldn't have been able to look at him and notice all the wounds. But that's also really cool. If the entire family was willing to help out, like they all gave him good advice. They all like gave him tips and tricks, and they taught him. Like that's really awesome. The drugs is a bit rough though. Like that's a bit too much. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so cute. And that does confirm that yes, like we said it before, but yes, she is in fact the older sister. She is bigger. Like she's older, just not physically bigger. Oh, is he opening the bathroom? He did it! He can finally poop in the bathroom! And now we don't have to worry about it anymore. Like, now he can just bypass them if he feels like it, but I imagine he won't. Like, I do imagine now that we've seen he can do it, we're gonna have more scenes in the future. Like, during big arcs, obviously not, but like in down low arcs, he probably will be casually like, bypassing the traps, just to show that he is getting better and better. Oh boy. Okay, fantastic chapter. I really like that, like, we're delving into the sort of general slice of life aspect of the series, which I think is really the part that's going to shine for me. Like, sure, I do want to see what they'll do for, like, main story arcs, but at the same time, I've seen a lot of series do stuff like that. It's not that interesting. The casual part of it, the family part of that, is way more interesting than the actual, like, assassinations or the spy work. Like, it's a combination of it's really freaking wild, but at the same time, it's being done very casually. Like, that's one of the reasons why I like Spy X Family. I really don't like, Spy X Family has been doing the sort of school thing as of late that I'm not super into, because it's not what I want from the series. But it's still, like, it's fine on its own. It's just, yeah. Basically, I just don't want Mission Yozakura Family to stray from this feeling. I don't want them to do what Spy X Family is doing. Anyways, Yozakura family is, I'd say it's below Black. I'd say it's below Act Dodge. Actually, Act Dodge was good. I really like this chapter, but at the same time, like compared to everything else, it's not as great comparatively. All right, now, Frick, I forgot to change the numbers for all of these. I'll do it at the very end. So anyways, next is Mitama Security. Mitama Security Spirit Busters, Chapter 2. Code 2, Slam. What is this supposed to be? Like, are these supposed to be charms, or is that actually his hair? Like, I'd assume charms, but, I mean, pretty clearly, doesn't seem like it's working. Also, I mean, at this point, like, they're neighbors, so I feel like it's some, she has to have told him, like, hey, I'm fine with the spirits, they don't hurt me, it's not bad. Yeah, she never hired you, what in the world? It'll be fine, security is an official occupation recognized by the government. I mean, sure, good to know that that's a thing in this world, but at the same time, it's still weird. And yeah, like, she didn't know about it, so it can't be that big. Like, I imagine the government probably does know, but it's probably not, like, a well-known thing overall. Okay, a basketball spirit. Does she mean... Oh, right! I wasn't sure what the spirit was doing in Chapter 1, but okay, so it's a basketball spirit. I legitimately... I can't tell whether he can see them or not, or like whether he can see them properly or not, or if it's just like, a general vague vision. Because like he does seem to understand them, but at the same time, I mean, it might just be that he's so scared of them that that's why it feels so weird. That makes more sense than him not being able to see them. Isn't she your client? Why are you asking her for help? Why is he doing this? How did he get this job? Is that a spirit ball? I mean, there are like very vague hints of Yu Yu Hakusho in this, but are we doing that? Or is I guess it's more of just a generic holy attack. If anything, it feels a lot closer to Duncan Onji's attack from Bleach. The one that's supposed to be a big exercising power, but it's more of just a slow ball. Oh no, you fool! You fool! This is an amazing page. This is fantastic. Your holy light spirit blast getting dribbled like crazy. What does this mean? What is he saying? Like, I guess these might be names of basketball players? Oh boy, he's crying. His second side's coming out. Okay, so are they just gonna play basketball now? Since you like basketball so much, how about we make this your grave? But he didn't even, like, smash him into the ball or anything. He just tossed him into the net. Was that enough? Okay. By the way, don't think I didn't notice this. The whole, we'll pick this back up on the other side thing. Implying that he's being possessed, I assume. Like, maybe by an actual spirit detective, like, in the spirit worlds. So that guy comes out, does the damage, and then he goes back to the spirit world, and then he properly, takes care of them. He sends them to spirit jail or something. And we did get that hint at a flashback at the very start. I didn't think we'd go all the way around in the in this chapter, but okay, cool. All right, so I don't want them to be in a relationship or anything. I do appreciate the gag of her like forcing her heart to beat some more, but I don't know, weird place for it to go. I would be fine with them being friends. It's just anything more feels strange considering their relationship. Considering that she's a child and he's not, and he's a man who has a job and she's a child. But anyways, that's Mitama Security. Decent enough. Not my favorite, but not bad. I do think that Yozakura family was better this week. Yeah, I guess I'll just commit to changing the chapter numbers after this. So, no time for the live stream. It's way too late. Let's jump into Chainsaw Man, chapter 37. Train head chainsaw. So again, continuing from the last chapter, which I believe was also 3 letters, or 3 words. What was it there? Oh no, it was Katana versus Chainsaw. I thought we had another chapter that was like that. Was it 34? I'm not gonna keep going, but it was something like I think Snake was part of it. All right, so we've got the train. Head, I assume, might be like cutting off one of their heads. Like we do know that Denji can have his head cut off. Maybe the other guy's head will be cut off. But it's train, head, chainsaw. Oh, maybe it's going to be they're on the train, then he decapitates this guy, and then he slams his chainsaw into his decapitated head and destroys it. That feels chainsaw-esque, or Chainsaw Man-esque. Also, it's cool that they do have, like, they have infrastructure in place for this. Like, yes, when there's a devil disturbance, you just, the train will stop very quickly, and then everyone has to get off. Like, that's just a part of it. It's not, dumb Japan. It's not, we'll just do whatever. No, 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 no. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oof. But I mean, hey, Denji, you saved her. Fair enough. Like, it's not that Denji's evil or anything, but, like, I don't think of him as the kind of guy who would put his life on the line to save someone. He's definitely more of he'll put his life on the line to kill someone, but saving someone feels, like, not out of character, but just, it's not something we've really seen a lot of. So, this is cool. Come on, dude, let's ban that move. It's not competitive. It's a real Black Knight situation. It's just a flesh wound. Come on. I can still fight because I've still got the chainsaw on my head. Oof, okay, chainsaw on the head gone. That said, I mean, I could see him manifesting more, like, chainsaw legs, chainsaw dick. Chainsaw dick feels like it's gotta happen at some points. Or if not, like, maybe it might be a bit too much for Shonen Jump to show, but I could see at least, like, an outline of it, or, like, an implication. Like, that feels very clearly like a thing that's gonna happen. God, like, when he was first introduced, I thought the whole granddad thing was a bit like, maybe he's doing it, maybe it's legit, maybe it's not. It seems like he's really, really, like, serious about that. Oh yeah, that's true. His head is basically indestructible. Oh my god, wait, what? Wait, what? Holy shit! Okay, that was insane. He sliced him in half with... Oh my god! Dude! Didn't your granddad ever teach you that a beast should never trust a hunter? But, okay, was it his head chainsaw that did that? Or was it like a secret chainsaw? Oh, it was a leg chainsaw! Okay, that was actually a big brain move. Holy shit, Denji. Like, that was legitimately really clever by baiting him by saying, hey, I've got the chainsaw on my head. Look at the head. Oh my god, that's not something I'd be super impressed by in any other series, but because we know Denji, because we understand that Denji's an idiot, like, because of that, this is legitimately really impressive. Plus, I was just thinking about this idea. Granted, I didn't think it'd come out quite like this, but still, it looks pretty damn cool. Man, Chainsaw Man really is, like, it's got that art that you definitely see on, like, posters or billboards or, like, stickers back in the 90s, like, God, it's so Grindhouse. I love it. Fantastic chapter. Let's stick that bad boy right up, you know what? Let's put it above We Never Learn. I don't know, that feels a bit hasty, but at the same time, it was explosive. Like, every single panel was so good. I'm probably gonna cut out a bunch of the silence, but, like, I enjoyed every single bit of it. This felt like art. It really felt like art. God damn. So that's Chainsaw Man. Let's ride this wave right into The Promised Neverland, chapter 149. Yep, the terrorism has begun. Chapter 149, Duty to Attest. Duty to Attest. That doesn't, I don't know who would be attesting to anything right now. Like, Emma's clearly running. Like, she doesn't have time to get into a court case. And meanwhile, like, there's not a lot of attesting going on here with Gilon. Like, he's just killing all the nobles. Like, he's not going to ask for a retrial now. He's just going to kill Queen Lagraflama. Even Dozo was defeated. Oh, no. Okay. His military strength is probably second to Her Majesty. Like, that does make sense. Like, he was very, like, garbage as a person. But of course, like, she wouldn't just leave him around. She wouldn't have promoted him to one of the 5 noble houses just cuz. Like, he does have to be legitimately very competent. Yeah, Gilon, God. Like, I do want to see, like, the Gilon, like, story, the entire Gilon story. Like, we've already seen most of it, but I want to see, like, him back when he was, like, struggling to survive and how he managed to survive. Like, we've got bits and pieces of it, but God, like, they have this powerful bond, and I really love this idea of, they looked so ugly, but at the same time, that ugliness was a sign of their strength. The fact that they were willing to, to get so big and powerful, and they were fighting hard, and they, forced themselves to starve to make sure that they would, that they would only eat a certain proportion of human beings so that they could maintain their sanity for all this time. Like, there's something amazing to it. Yeah, they arrived looking at wild demons, which means this assault and the burglaries have a separate masterminds. I mean, even if he figures out, like, it's Norman, like, what would that really do, practically speaking? Like, he can't blackmail Norman. He has no leverage on him just because he's Norman. It wouldn't really help. I mean, I guess the idea that it is a human being and not another demon might change things. Like, just in the sense that, he's not going to chase as many false leads. Oh. He's practically been governing since the previous king's reign. The previous king's reign! And the Grovlama was reigning before, like 1,000 years ago, and she looked basically exactly like this. God damn. Okay, Yverk's way, like, not, obscenely more important than I thought he was. Like, I thought he was important. This is just confirming it. Oh. And we know how powerful they are, yet they were completely, like, helpless. Jeez, so she is damn powerful. Those extending fingernails are pretty damn powerful. Like, God, what a versatile technique. Oh, are we getting it? Are we getting it? Like, this seems like it's focusing more on the subordinates than Gilon himself, but, like, it's the same time period. Like, it seems like we are covering all of it up until the point we saw before, where, he was just struggling in the wilderness. And even then, Gilon was like, withdraw your marks. Like, you don't have to die with me. Like, even then, of course, that would be why they wanted to help him this entire time. Because they saw this. They knew that he was truly a good man. That even if he were to die along with his clan, like, he wouldn't want them to die with him. We didn't care about ourselves. Our lord was Lord Gilon and him alone. And of course, like, they would have lived through this, this horrible starvation, in which Gilon worked as hard as he could to keep all of his citizenry alive. So, yeah, oh my god. We cannot recognize a crime our lord did not commit. Okay, so it wasn't even that, they went completely wild, they're out, just kind of out there doing nothing. It's specifically, like, the process of reverting was what killed them. Like, it was too much of a shock on their bodies. They actually died because of that. It's interesting that that is a thing that can happen. Like, that implies that the plasticity of the demons isn't infinite. Like, you can make them change too much. And of course, this would have killed him, but at the same time, he would have accepted that, yeah, there's no other way. Like, if I'm going to stay sane, and if I'm going to eventually, get back at her, then for now, I've got to eat my citizens. Oh, man. Some of them have eyewear that looks a lot like Mujika's, too. Like, of course, they wouldn't have the evil blood, because Pete clearly did not have the evil blood, but still. It's interesting. Like, I wonder if that's just a very common, like, mask design choice. Okay, they allowed us to live. That's why we have the duty to attest to the truth. So, okay, so it's Gilon and his people who are attesting, but in a more, like, spiritual way. We didn't fall, and they didn't get eaten, so that you could all laugh and grow fat. This won't end until justice prevails. Okay. He's going for it. Oh, no. Like, we've seen so very little of him, but that really does hurt me, because we have enough for me to truly empathize with him, to care for him. I don't even know his name, but he's a cool dude. Oh? Even we knew we wouldn't be able to defeat the royal family. Oh my god, they were suicide bombers. God damn. I mean, good move. Really good move. Like, they were willing to die anyways, and they knew that she was gonna just massacre them, so that makes a lot of sense. Like, it isn't even as if they're alive and dying. Like, they've all been killed as they're about to die. Jeez. The big question, I guess, is can Legravlema, like, get clear from the blasts? Is she that fast? It comes down to... I guess it comes down to just her strength. Because Lufus was moving at, like, significantly superhuman speeds. So presumably she can move very, very fast. Like, faster than a human being can. But is that fast enough to get out of the way before the bomb, like, kills her? Is it enough for her to just get away with, some damage? Alright, well, ask and you shall receive, I guess. We didn't get exactly what I wanted, but it was close. And it was in the chapter I asked for it, which is eerie. So, I'm into it. We have enough of his backstory. I do want one little bit more, though. I want to see him, like, surviving in the wilds before he meets Norman. After that, I'll be fine. But I do want to see, like, just the progression of, like, here's all of his generals / his allies. And then, here's how they were slowly whittled down and how Gilon continued to survive. What kinds of humans he ate in order to maintain his sanity. Like, oh, man. All right, so that's the Promised Neverland. We're at 149, close to that big ol' 150. I can't believe it's been almost a year since chapter 100. Like, it doesn't feel like that much time has passed in the slightest. And actually, it's gotta have been like a year, now that I think about it. Jeez, wow. Alright, well then, that's Promised Neverland. I believe One Piece is off this week, so we're jumping right to Dr. Stone, chapter 120. Top secrets. Secrets. Oh my gosh. So, I don't really like Kohaku here. She looks very generic. She looks like off-brand Ruri. Not super into it. Like, her design doesn't look interesting, really. But I can appreciate the Kinro here. Or the Ginro. Like, that's a cute-ass Ginro. Oh my, speaking of cute-ass Ginros. Not quite as cute. You're the one who was summoned. Oh boy. Time to see how far they'll go. Time to see if he's gonna get just absolutely wrecked. Remember, just say you're on your period and show your butt. Relax, you're a man, so it's not like you'll be attacked. Kohaku, you don't know what's happening. You don't understand how Jump is. You don't understand how gay this can possibly get. Oh. Okay, so is this a slight flashback then? Because this happened last chapter, I believe. So, okay. So while that's happening, Ginro's going up. Is that a grenade? Wait, what? My secret weapon is this pineapple. So that does explain the pineapple on the cover. Like, that wasn't just a cute little goof. Like, nope. That's canon. Okay. If the master summons you, bide your time and wait for a chance to toss this into the room. Ethyl acetates. So it's an acetate. It's used by bug collectors to kill and preserve specimens. Hey, thank you, Sulfurina. Huh. You Southern Islanders would just assume it's an overripe pineapple. Okay, really cool then. So, like, it smells like pineapple, but it'll knock you out, or at the very least make you dizzy. Okay. That said, this is Ginro, so I can imagine him, like, just roofing himself with this. Okay, here's the master. His headwear and, like, neck and everything, it's got a very phallic thing going on. We can't let girls who haven't been vetted spend time with the master alone, can we? So before that, this old man will teach you a thing or two about love. Satisfy me and the master is all yours. Oh boy! Oh boy! Guys, I mean, if you are an artist out there and you want to make some Dr. Stone NTR, like, now's the time. I've said before, Dr. Stone's all about that cuckin' and fuckin', but this is top tier. Like, you cannot have a better setup than this. God. Now, there's nothing to fear. Oh no! Does that mean you'll put up a good fight? Perfect! Oh no! Oh no, Ginro! I mean, I can't say I don't want to see it, but at the same time, I don't want it to happen to him. Like, jokes aside, that being sexually violated is not a thing I want to actually happen to anyone. Oh boy. Okay, so that's interesting though. Like, it's not like the normal katana. They must have specifically like broken off part of it because you can still see the Hamon there, but like the handle's super different. I don't think we've ever seen this. What did she do? Like, is she cutting them or is she just knocking them off? I mean, it's the standard Dr. Stone fight scene, which means I don't know what's happening. Okay. I guess it's one of those, no, you can't kill her until I've come inside. Yep, there we are. If she was ugly, sure, but what a waste of a beauty that would be. The harem is how I have my fun, don't you ever forget that. Again, it's that classic Dr. Stone cuckin' and fuckin'. Alright, yeah, this is the big, this is the big climactic fight. Like, if we're gonna get a big fight scene in this arc, it's gotta be these two. Oh my gosh. Like, the stretch isn't quite Fukumoto-esque, but it had a similar vibe to me in the moments. Plus, just the idea of the old man being the one getting roofied that's a nice turnabout. Okay, what's he gonna get? Oh, and he's clearly turned to stone, right? Like, the texture is definitely someone who's been turned to stone. Like, especially the centerpiece. Soyuz. So, first of all, still very phallic. Second of all, that's not a hat, that's just his hair. The fuck? He's got the most penis-like head I've seen in a long time. But okay, so I did say before that I thought maybe Soyuz is, like the child of the leader, but he was banished for some reason. But I didn't expect this. So, like, Soyuz is the heir to the village then. But, the original leader was turned to stone, and, now he has a puppet government that is running everything. Which also means if they have the miracle cure, all they have to do is give him a little splashy splash, and he's back. Then Soyuz will inherit the throne. Soyuz is, a cool dude, so he won't, like, he'll overwrite everything. Yeah, I see the ending now. It just comes down to, like, can they take out, the puppeteers behind everything? Holy shit! Holy shit! Like, it's not the face. Oh my god! Like, we've seen stone that's been broken before, but we've never seen like the actual skull, beneath it. Like, that implies that people like. I thought the idea was that people were just turned purely into stone. Like, if you were to chop my hand off right now, you wouldn't see like veins or anything. You would just see like pure blank. But this implies that at least the bone structure's still there. Like, maybe you don't see it with, people whose arms are snapped off, but, like, it is canonically there. Or maybe it's something to do specifically with the head, actually, because we do know that they can still think. So, like, maybe it's, slightly different. Shit. That also means, like, they can't bring him back. Or if they can, like, they're gonna have to immediately start treating him. I mean, the stone revival does, heal you, but at the same time, like, he can't regenerate that much of his face. So I guess maybe it'll just be, like, scabbed over. That also brings up the question of, like, would Soyuz want to bring him back for the sake of, like, having that leverage, of having someone who can, say this or that? Or would they want to just keep him in stone until they find a way to restore, like, broken parts of people in stone? Because I do think that is a viable endgame for the series. Like, there's some statues that have been totally destroyed, so let's find a way to fix them, or to perform surgery on them when they're still stone, so that we can, regenerate all that stuff. Maybe. But yeah, that doesn't look super deep, but it's deep enough that some of his brain matter had to have been removed, so even that's a bit rough. Jeez. You mustn't lie now. Okay. So, we've got the big fight here. We've got the big ol' NTR here. I don't know why I keep saying NTR. It's not like Ginro is in a relationship. It's just molestation. Oh, boy. So, without a doubt, my favorite chapter this week. It was a good combination of stuff I kind of guessed, but then I didn't fully get it right. And I think that really is, like, that's the best sort of guess. It's a guess where you got it half right. You get that sensation of, oh yeah, I knew it, while at the same time you get the sensation of, I didn't expect that, all at the same time. God, Dr. Stone, it's so good! So good! Alright, next is My Hero Academia, chapter 242. Are we restarting the work studies? Ah! Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that! Gosh, the principal is adorable. So the public safety mission's doing this. So it's not part of what the school wanted to do inherently. It's like it's a government like top-down thing. Which yeah, fair enough. Like they need heroes to get out there, but at the same time they want to vet them. So this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's a fair bet the league is involved. I also wonder, like, did they have moles? Like, I mean, we know they have at least one mole. They have hawks. But like, were there more? Do they know more about what's going on? Or do they even know at this point that maybe a bunch of heroes, have been turned? Like they're part of the Meta Liberation Army, and therefore, like the number of heroes that are active aren't necessarily, heroes on our side. Yeah, they can't just come out and say they're mobilizing our kids for war. That'd be way too jarring. But okay. This is good though. Like I was just complaining in the last arc about how I don't like the academia part of My Hero Academia. That it's not that interesting to watch a hero series that's all about heroes not being heroes. Or, a series in which, like, it feels like the writing has to bend over backwards to create contrived situations wherein the kids can be heroes. Whereas, like, with something like the X-Men, there is a nice little division of, like, here's the school stuff, here's the personal life, here is actual hero work, where it's all integrated. And I imagine the series is, obviously, it's My Hero Academia. Like, it's going to stay mostly academic. But I do think this is an interesting way to maybe get the kids more out there, while at the same time maybe having them still go to school. Like, maybe they'll go, like, do hero work on weekends or something, maybe? Like, I wouldn't really care if it's just work studies again, because we've already seen that. But practical field testing, that's interesting. Like, that, because of the way it's phrased, it makes me think that maybe they'll be going out while also going to school, which is more sustainable. It means we can do something where, like, Deku has, there's a villain that he's tracking, and at the same time he's going to school and he's thinking about it, and he's, like, asking people for help. Oh, man. Okay. About the Commission's other program, okay, so there's something else. Something that Aizawa specifically has to deal with, implying that it's going to be just for Class 1A. Right, they're still looking for the traitor. In other words, none of the students are spying for the League of Villains. But, by the way, actually, I do want to say, I did not notice this at all. Mr. Donut's a Donut, my beloved, cute, adorable boyfriend, was the one who pointed this out. Look at Kaminari right here. This is straight up, like, it's not the, it is the sign that the Meta Liberation Army did before, but it's not like they, at the very least, Redestro always did it in reverse. Like, you could always see his palm when he was doing it. And then when they, like, cut up Giron's hand and had him do it, it was, like, laid out on the ground like this, sort of. But Kaminari's clearly doing it in reverse, or using the other hands. Which makes me wonder. And especially, like, this specific placement of, none of you are giving me reason to worry. Which, giving me reason to worry, maybe. Anyways, I just wanted to point that out, because I did not notice that in the slightest last time. Oh boy! Number 242, have a Merry Christmas! I mean, to be fair, this is My Hero. It's not Kamen Rider. We don't have to deal with the classic Kamen Rider horrifying Christmas arc. This might be just a happy, enjoyable Christmas arc, maybe, perhaps. They've got the Coca-Cola, they've got a cake. It looks like KFC. Awesome. They've got everything. They've got Kachan walking away, as is tradition. So it does seem like they're going back to their old work study places for the most part, which makes me think that, maybe it is supposed to be work studies, but more sustainable. Like, because if it literally is just, we're doing work studies, but again, that would be boring. There's got to be a twist to it. God, he looks amazing. Yikes, yeah. But that's good. That means that Deku has to, like, reach out. Maybe he's going to find another one of the predecessors, or, like, the descendants of that predecessor. That'd be cool. Like, dig more into some of his other quirks. Last time was voluntary, but since it's mandatory this time... Oh, that's true, yeah! Like, because it's government run, like, we could also get an arc where it's just Deku going somewhere bad, maybe. Like, I mean, bad as in, like, like a rough part of town, or a place where he can't learn that much in a conventional sense. Like, it's not really tied to All for One. But then, because it's so, like, offbeat, it becomes something that he works really hard on. Yeah, not quite gonna happen. Oh, we still have not heard his alias, actually. Like, we know he has to have one, but it was never said on, in the world. Like, it was never said on camera. So, did Genius maybe give him one? Your alias represents your desires, the embodiment of how you wish to be, your ideal self. Which still, like, I do love that. I love that he calls himself Best Genist because he wins the Best Genist award repeatedly. Like, he wanted to be the Best Genist, so he did it. Oh, man. Return to me, and on that day, tell me your chosen name. We know there is a Best Genist corpse out there. We don't know if that's really him. It's most likely not. I doubt that he, Hawks would kill him, / that he would let himself be killed by Hawks for the sake of this plan. But, oh boy, because of that, like, there is this dark pit in my heart. Ah! Oh my gosh, so cute! It's Airy Claws! God, Airy is adorable. Like, I don't think she's quite on the level of a We Never Learn character, but, like, she is close. Of all the characters in My Hero, she's definitely the closest. Which makes sense, because, like, clearly Horikoshi's trying to make her, the super duper ultra moe one. It's gotten bigger. It was super flat before. Now it's got... Yeah. She really doesn't know what holiday it is. God, so cute. Like, I actually do imagine, like, canonically, part of it's probably because, she was just given a smorgasbord of random things back when she was with the Yakuza. Like, she wouldn't have been able to, concretely put anything down, / she was super, like, disillusioned. She was traumatized. Of course, she wouldn't absorb a lot of that. Plus, like, Aizawa seems like the kind of guy who doesn't really work well with kids, so he would have, just kind of thrown anything at the wall to try and make her happy. So, pretty early on, he probably did try, like, all the holidays. Like, okay, maybe you'd like this, maybe you'd like that, and then it confused her. But yeah, we're seeing the horn. The horn is at, like, let's say 10%. When it hits 100, she'll explode. Like, it is legitimately quite big, actually. Like, compared to the way it was back in, during the Hasakai arc. Makes me feel like there's gonna be some sort of payoff there. Either it is gonna go out of control, or, like, she will gain some more control over it. One or the other. God, what a good spread. God, birds eating chicken is so weird. I don't like it. I don't want it. Is he heiling Hitler? Oh man, we are really going all out with just the comfy feeling. Also, it doesn't seem like Minetta's doing anything, like, awfully perfy. It seems like he's just trying to, to chill. Which is fine, like, I'm okay with that. That's life. What in the world is that? What is that? It looks like a Buster Sword. Well, not quite. Like, it's got this weird, like, glitchy thing at the end. Like, that's gotta be from some sort of, like, game or something, right? It's gotta be. Oh, that's a cool way of doing a Secret Santa. Like, just, they're all literally tied together. Or, like, they're all tied up, so you just grab one. Sliced mochi! Oh my god, they got each other's gifts. That's the implication, right? Because it's a super cheap gift, and she got an All Might thing. Eri got the Buster Sword! Oh boy! God, I really want a scene of her showing up, using her quirk, and just slashing someone in half with the Buster Sword. Holy shit. Can't really parse most of the others. Like, I guess these two, swapped. If we're assuming they're all swaps, who would have given anyone a baseball, or a basketball? Who plays basketball here? What is that supposed to be that Mineta has? What is this? Oh, it's a picture of Aoyama. Thanks, Aoyama. Oh, this must have been Momo. She probably made, like, pure gold. What in the world? Okay. We still have time for a dark twist, though. Oh. If neither of you have work study yet, why don't you both come with me to the current number one? Oh my god, that would be super cool! Because, like, we haven't seen them really interact with Endeavor at all, and that would be legitimately a really good work placement. Like, it would help Todoroki because now it's not one-on-one time with his dad. Like, he gets to be with his friends at the same time, his dad's attention gets to be a little split. And then his dad gets to hang out with Midoriya for a bit, the protege of, the former number one. Like, they could have an interesting relationship. And then Bakugo and Endeavor, I really want to see that. Because they both have, like, horrible, explosive personalities. But I think that might actually work really well with one another. Like, maybe Bakugo will see, like, how it is that Endeavor can be such a big asshole, while at the same time, being, like, having been number two, having been undisputedly a great hero, and then what he's doing right now to work his way up to, being accepted as number one. Like, honestly, I think of all three of them, like, Bakugo is the one that could benefit the most from this. Because Todoroki already has trained with his father, it's not that big of a deal. And then Midoriya, like, I could see something there. I really like the idea of that, especially it's the Spider-Verse thing. It's the idea of, don't be number one the way All Might was number one. Be number one the way you are number one. Like, Endeavor had to learn that lesson very recently, and now I think he could teach Deku that lesson of, hey, you have a power very similar to All Might, but you're not All Might, and you shouldn't try to be All Might. If you want to be number one your way. Oh man. Okay, this is really like the quintessential My Hero chapter. Like, we got a bit of everything. We got politics, we got not really action at all. We got world building, we got like a bunch of big callbacks, a bunch of cool thematic things that I hadn't really thought about for a while. Like, the fact that Best Genius is missing, and that clearly would weigh down on Bakugo. Like, I didn't consider that at all. Oh, we got everything. What a fantastic chapter. Did I enjoy it more than Dr. Stone chapter? Probably not, but I enjoyed it a hell of a lot. Let's put that... Did I like it more than Chainsaw? I think I did. I'll put it above Chainsaw Man. So, that's all the manga. Let's read those author comments. Starting off with Haikyuu. Yeah, I know that. I actually always have... is it here, or did I put it in the kitchen? I did. I have this, like, test tube lamp, or test tube vase that I usually keep, like, one flower with. Because we grow flowers at my house, and also sometimes my parents get flowers at work or whatever, and they usually give me one. So I usually have a flower in my room, and I do hate that they always end up drying out and then dying. It's rough. But at the same time, I don't really like growing plants in my room at the same time, because, like, I'm fine with them outside, but inside, it feels like more of a hassle than something that gives me life. Mistaking it for my earphones, I accidentally shoved the tip of my charging cord into my ear and drew blood. Jesus! I found out I can't use lyrics to a certain Christmas song, so I changed it to La La La. I don't know which one it would be, actually, but, like, most of them have been copyrighted. Like, there are some that are in the public domain, but a lot of them are copyrighted. I'm watching the anime and slightly changing my art. Please check out the anime! I wonder if he's trying to make it softer and more round, because I've been noticing that a little bit. Like, his art style has changed so much from, the big Boichi days, the Boichi in Korea days. Like, he's changed it so much for Dr. Stone, and to think that he's changing it even more is kind of wild. Like, I hope he doesn't completely stray away from the hyper-detailed stuff, but I do think that his art style is really, really nice right now. I didn't notice the mosquitoes in my room because of my earplugs and ended up being bitten all over. I can't say it's been because of music, but I also don't notice mosquitoes. Like, I'll notice bites, but in the moment, like, as a mosquito is biting me and drawing blood, I can't feel it. I don't know what it is. I don't feel that sensation. I can feel them if they're, like, buzzing around. It's just when they're on me, I can't feel it. This summer, I became able to eat matcha-flavored stuff. Next year, I'll conquer mint chocolates. Oh, man. My mom can't have mint at all. Like, she hates it. It reminds her too much of just, like, brushing her teeth and, like, mouthwash and stuff. Like, that was the only time she ever tasted mint when she was young, so nowadays, she can't eat mint when it's supposed to be a dessert or something. But, yeah. I also really like matcha-flavored stuff. I've been having a lot of matcha at work recently. My first ever printed manga was about a streaker. Yes, I did know that. Thank you so much to my editor who watched over my daughter during the serialization ceremony when she was running around. Aww. Like, gosh. I do love also that so many of the other mangaka said in their, in their comments that they really enjoyed having her around. Like, his daughter is so cute. It feels like she is the most adorable thing on the planet. It feels like he's just like looking at her for inspiration on how to make his art style even cuter. I received so many kind words and gifts of fruit for the birth of my child. I'm so grateful. My house is full of joy. Ah, thank you. Gosh, Yuki Tabata. My friend I hadn't seen in a few years went through a lot of ups and downs and then became a comedian. So free and wonderful. I've been up all night drinking coffee lately. I want to eat sweet things. I'm so sorry for changing the meaning of reverse curse technique and curse technique reversal. Those are two separate things. Two separate things that had meanings changed? Oh boy. I haven't seen Dragon Quest yet. I imagine that's probably still like fresh in Japan right now. But I saw the live action Lion King. I saw the live action Toy Story 4. They're both fantastic. Live action Lion King really is like a misnomer. Like, I think it's all CG, right? Like, I thought, when I was watching it, I thought it was supposed to be like they took footage of Africa, but then transposed on like CGI animals. But I do believe like all the animals are CG. I'm pretty sure the backgrounds are also CG, so it is just CG. But yeah, Toy Story 4, fantastic. Would recommend if you like Toy Story. Like, it feels like a necessary part of the series, which I didn't think it was going to feel like at all. And then Lion King, I liked it a lot because I really like cats. I really liked seeing them, like, it looked like a nature documentary. I really enjoyed that part of it. But I understand why a lot of people would prefer the normal animated one. And I think the normal animated one is better. It's just, like, I really like the concept of this as, like, a weird thing that they did. Okay, so those were all the author comments, and that is Jump for the week of September 9th, 2019. What was your favorite? What do you want me to talk about? Do you have any weird thoughts or anything? Please let me know. Here are the final rankings. I will put them up. I'll put them up in the comments with all the numbers changed. They're actually the chapters I watched or I read this week. Sorry for not changing them on the spot. It's late. It was either change these or don't record at all, because like I'm really running up against the absolute limits. Anyways, thank you all so very much for watching. Bye for now. Nya nya.